So in this video I'm going to show you how to use data validation. So what is data validation? Well, data validation is a way for you to try to ensure that any data that is entered into your spreadsheet is valid or is sensible, and it's to try to stop people making mistakes and entering rubbish into your spreadsheet. And I'll give you one example of this. So within hours per day, we're going to set up a data validation rule. So I'm going to click on this cell here first, and then data and data validation. And you can see the cell range is C8 in the finances worksheet. So here it says list from a range. You need to click on number, and we're going to give it a number between. So the minimum amount of days, hours per day, was going to be 1, and we're going to say between 1 and say 10. There's probably some laws against anybody working more than 10 hours a day, so we don't want to put too much in there. So on valid data, show warning or reject input. So we can have a play around with this in a second, but I'll just click save and I'll show you what has happened. So if I put in 0 in there, it should come up with a warning. If I put 2 in there, it likes that, it's okay with that. If I put 10 in there, let's see what happens. That's fine. That's on the edge of our range. If I put 11 in there, it's come up with a warning, and it says input must be a number between 1 and 10. So we can have a play around with those settings to make that even better for us. So I'm going back to data validation, and I'm going to reject input. So what that would mean is if I entered any numbers outside of this range, then it would reject it. I'm going to also click on this show validation help text to see what happens with that. So if I hover over this cell, or if I click on the cell, it says enter a number between 1 and 10. Now if I enter 10 in there, it's happy with that. If I enter in 11, it comes up with a warning and rejects the input. So I'm going to put that back to 8, and that's data validation.